Hello, Wesley Girls Class of 2001. Can you believe that it's our turn to host Speech Day? We thought this day would never come, but here it is. Anyway, I was so honored when I was asked to interview our school prefect for our year, Fredricka Saah, who is now Fredricka Saah. We had a great conversation, and I think it's going to be inspiring to anybody that watches this, whether you're in our year group or not. I do have to warn you that on the day that we did this interview, we had to sync some really serious time zone differences. So I hope you don't just look at the aesthetic of the video, but you look at the content because it was such a great conversation. Let's watch the interview. Yeah, I'm so excited to interview Fredricka Saah, who I knew back in school as Fredricka Saah. And I was so honored to be in the same class. We were both in S3 throughout our time there in Gehe. And then, we went our separate paths, and now we get to meet more than 20 years later, just catching up and seeing where this CP has been. So, yeah. Fredricka, I know a bit about you, a little bit of who you were in high school, but who are you now?
Hi, Gertrude. It's an honor for me to be here with you. And yes, we did sit in the same class. It was such a great experience. And I'll say Fredricka Saah, now Saah. I've transcended from being the student that you know back in school. I'm now, more importantly, the daughter of the Most High God. I'm a wife. I am a mother of two amazing daughters. I am a career woman. I'm a counselor. I'm bold. I'm confident. The Gehe blood runs in me real thick and real deep. Yes. And that's the woman that I have become by the grace of God. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So, when we were back in school, the school prefect role, right, was such a revered role. It was like, wow, if you get to be the school prefect of Wesley Girls High School, then you are it, right? You are the woman, which obviously from what you just described, you are the woman, right? And it always seemed to me like girls who got into these roles were like out of this world, so to speak. So how would you describe your experience being the school prefect during our time?
I would say now I see that experience to have been phenomenal. When I was in that role, maybe I didn't see it so much like I do appreciate it now. I think the experience was a great experience. When I got to Wesley Girls, I had in my junior high school been a senior prefect there, but I was a very shy person. I like to be in the shadows, in the background, not really in the forefront. So when I got elected to be school prefect, in all honesty, I wasn't happy about it because I was like, oh,
really?
No.
Really? Oh my word, that's so funny.
I was not happy because I was like, oh no, I don't want to be in the limelight. I have to stand in front of all these girls every day. But I think it was a phenomenal experience. I think it reshaped the woman that I have grown to become. It made me tougher. One thing it did definitely made me more confident because I always had to stand in front of the girls and speak to them. And speech days, you give your speech in front of several people. And so definitely boosted my confidence. It made me realize that I can do so much more than I allow myself to do. It made me tough because you have to punish girls and look them in the face. And these are your friends that you sit in class with. And they're looking at you thinking, really, you're going to punish me? I'm a friend, like you sit in class together, So doing that, it made me really tough. And I think being that tough person has really helped me, like career-wise and being a mom and all that. It made me bold. It made me a leader. And I think that's where my leadership skills really started to develop. So that really shaped my life tremendously.
Absolutely. And so, speaking of leadership, right? You talked about leadership and those leadership skills that you picked up whilst you were there. Would you say that it's helped you in your career now? Or how have those leadership skills helped you as you've gone along in life?
Yeah. So those leadership skills, I would say those leadership skills form the foundation for how my life was going to progress as a leader. Because following that, I went to college. I had so many leadership roles in college and organizations on campus and societies on campus. In work that I did even as a student, I was a leader there because I had built that skill as a young girl in high school. And following college, when I started working, I would say literally every single role I have had since I started working has been a managerial role because I had, lived out as a leader as a young girl, and I picked up certain skills that had become very valuable for me in the world of work. So I carried that leadership skill, and it has really helped and shaped me to become a leader throughout my career. I've been working for 10 plus years, and I would say that that leadership skill that I picked back then as the foundation has really allowed me to build up on it and become a good leader. I'm still not there. I'm still learning and still growing, but I would say it definitely gave me that edge, to kind of take off and just soar. So I'm very grateful that I had that opportunity.
That is so amazing that all your roles, like, because of this leadership opportunity that you had, it's helped so much. I, the other day I was thinking about, some of the values of the school that have helped me in my life as I've moved along. And I think one of the things that was very helpful to me was the idea that you leave things better than you found them.
Yeah.
Right. I think I heard Mrs. Thompson say that often, and I always thought about that. And, I'm going to ask you, what do you say, apart from your leadership skills and all that your leadership gave you, what would you say is maybe one more thing that has sort of been a North Star, not a North Star, but a guiding post for you as you've moved along in life and with your career?
So one of the things, and it's interesting that you picked on the school motto, live pure, speak true, right, follow the king. I think it's really helped me to understand and value ethics and integrity. Our motto says live pure, speak true. I mean, that is how we are taught is the right way in Wesley Girls. And so you're taught no matter what situation you find yourself in, you have to, live that value. And that value is non-negotiable. That value is very important. And that value should let you stand out. So no matter what, it might not be the popular opinion, but because it is the right thing, you have to go with it. And I think that's one of the things that I learned. And I have so many examples where that training that we had has made me stand out and say, no, if everybody else is doing it, it's okay. I'm not going to do it because it's not the right thing. And I'm going to stand by the right thing and do the right thing. Even if it's to someone in a high authority or a superior. And I know that it's not right. I'm going to stand up and say, no, it's not the right thing and I'm not going to do it. And so
That's right.
you learn so many things in school. I think sometimes we take some of the things for granted. But I think we don't just go through the school. When we allow the school to go through us and shape us, it really forms a foundation that cannot be broken. And that foundation really leads to how our adult lives are shaped. So I'll say with ethics and integrity is something that I don't compromise on. And I think that's one of the things that I learned in Wesley Girls High School, which has stuck with me. There's several more.
Yeah, and thank you. I know there's so many more we could go on, and thank you for sharing that because I think especially in where we are in the world today, we need that, right? We need
Absolutely.
leaders that have good ethics. We need leaders that have integrity. We need leaders that will tell us the
Absolutely.
truth and and follow through with their actions and not just promise things and not follow up on them. And so that was excellent. So anyway, I'm a serious person. You've known me since Gehe. I'm a very serious person. So I was only going to ask you serious questions. But then upon feedback, I was told I need to ask you some fun questions. So
Be nice.
I'm gonna try. I tried to pull some good questions from my arsenal. So the
Okay.
first question would be, what's a fun memory from school? What's a fun memory that you have? I know it wasn't always fun, but what was a fun memory?
Yeah. So a fun memory actually happened during entertainment. The school prefects had, so the whole time I was in Wesley Girls, I never even bothered to perform. Like I said, I was shy. I really didn't like being anywhere on any stage at all. And I remember after we became prefects, we were supposed to do a choreography. Oh my goodness, I just could not believe that I was going to embarrass myself so much because we had to learn a choreography and we had to go and we had to dance, and it was, for me it was so embarrassing because I'm not a great dancer. But it was so fun. It was so exciting. And the video still exists. You will not believe it, but it's actually been one of the most exciting things, one of the most memorable things that happened in this world. I think I will definitely not forget. I'll hold that memory for years and years to come.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, another fun question is PowerPoint or Word?
PowerPoint, definitely, because it's just more fun. You can do more exciting things with PowerPoint, I think, more than words. I'm definitely a PowerPoint girl.
PowerPoint person. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me look at my fun questions list. Oh, this is a good one. I think it's a question about would you rather get paid one time $1 million, or would you get paid $10,000 for life?
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one, but I'll say $1 million up front. Because
Yeah,
I can make that $1 million work for me. I
work
don't
for
think I'll
you.
turn it to
I
make more than
agree.
15,000 a month. So yeah, I'll definitely take that million
Yeah,
dollars.
and then also like for life, like we don't know what's gonna happen. So like
I
just give me
know. I know, right? That
yeah,
risk of uncertainty. So yeah, I'll
yes,
definitely take a guarantee and make it work
yes.
for me.
And
Yeah.
make it work. Absolutely. Well, Fredricka, it was such fun chatting and catching up with you. Thank you so much for your time.